Welcome to Nerds, Geeks, in the Kitchen Sink. It's the podcast that's like hanging out at the video store. I'm one of your hosts, DK.
I'm Chris, your other host.
Improve if you feel like it.
There you go.
What is
No
up?
interruption. Aren't you happy?
Yes. Yes. How's it
It's
going,
a
dude?
it's an early or happy birthday present for you. One of the two.
Oh, it's very early or
Right.
late.
Right. I am doing well. A little sunburned. Was sitting at my daughter's uh college football game, and good guys won handedly.
What does she
I
play?
mean,
Quarterback?
well, it's actually linebacker, so. No, she works for the athletic department as an intern, so
Yep.
she was running around the stadium and she does all sorts of things. So behind the scenes.
That seems like a
But
really stressful job.
you know what? At times it is for her because she's dealing with the general public.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
In large, very large venues.
And
But
large
I
numbers of
mean,
people.
yes, yes. But
And
you know
there's
what? It's
booze.
exactly. I did not partake because at game time, the field temperature was almost 160 degrees. So
Seems too hot to do anything. Except, I don't
kick
know.
Louisiana Raging Cajuns asses.
Okay.
That's the mascot. That's the mascot name.
I know.
Raging Cajuns.
Well, cool. I mean, it wasn't cool. It was very hot, but
No, no, it was very hot.
that's awesome.
We had a good weekend. Some good food. Got to see my daughter. Drove a lot.
Hmm.
That was about it.
My daughter wants to see Hamilton, and I'm trying to find a way to get someone else to take her.
Well, if Isabella was in town, I would say she would take her
Yeah,
because that's like her recent favorite play. So,
I got a
but
text from my daughter. Can I
uh,
have the Gatorade in the fridge? You can have it. I'm a good father.
be like, okay, you can have it, but forget about Hamilton.
I can't do that to her. Actually, I made a promise. I said, look, if you come see Conjuring Last Rites with us, you can go to Hamilton. And she did. She went to see Conjuring. So
Right. Well,
I promised her Hamilton. So I didn't say I would be there,
right.
but I did
Just that
promise her
she would at
Hamilton.
some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, what have you been reading, watching? What's going
Um,
on?
I have been watching like the most recent with the new Alien series.
Hmm. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
How you feeling about it?
I am honestly so tired of the whole Peter Pan allegory. It's so overtly blatant. Just, I mean, the names and then some of the retcons that they've done with the story of the xenomorphs itself. I mean, visually, it's probably one of the better. I mean, it's FX, so they do a hell of a job on visuals of their shows.
Hmm.
But like, the I guess you would call them androids, not synthoids, you know, that the alien won't attack them because they don't smell like human. It kind of
Well, that was a different type of alien, though, right? You're talking about that other alien. The
right.
the xenomorph attacks everybody.
Well, yeah, I
Anything
mean
that
that's
moves, dude.
right. But now the fact that one of them can communicate with it and all, I'm not a fan. It looks good. There was one, the not the last episode, but the episode before last, did have more of an alien feel to it.
The episode
But
that was just a mini alien movie, yeah.
yeah, basically. But I honestly, if this was a story without having to use the alien IP, I think I may enjoy it more.
Sure.
because the premise of it is kind of interesting,
Yeah.
but the fact that to get something they wanted, they had to tag well-known and beloved franchise to it to get it made, to me speaks volumes.
I don't get that feeling. I get the feeling that they just wanted to do an alien show.
No,
I don't know.
I think
I
I
don't,
think
this
they
doesn't
wanted
feel
to
like
do
a
this.
copy paste other thing to me. Not at
No,
all.
this honestly it feels more like a transhumanism kind of space story to me,
Hmm.
that they decided, oh, so people will actually watch it. We'll throw aliens in it. We'll put xenomorphs in it.
Interesting. I'm not getting that vibe. I'm not like loving it, but I'm watching it interestedly enough
Right,
every week. But it's like I'm not sitting down, like I'm watching it on my lunch breaks at work, so like I'm splitting up episodes. I'm not like
right.
dying to see it,
No,
but I'm interested enough. I like the character of Morrow. I think he's grown on me a little bit. He's more interesting. I like the Timothy Oliphant character quite a bit actually. He's obviously
he
up to some shit.
he's probably the most like interesting in my opinion.
Which
Because
one?
you don't
Morrow?
Timothy Olyphant's character, because you don't necessarily know exactly where he's coming from, other than self-service. You know,
Hmm.
so you don't know which way his motives are
I mean,
always going.
right now I feel like he might be working for Utani.
Yeah, well, I
Just
know
an
that, but
idea.
yeah, no, no, no.
Uh, but yeah, no, I've also enjoyed playing around with these other alien species. I love the eyeball guy. Oh, sorry, I think it's a lady. The eyeball creature is so fun.
Whatever, yeah.
I like that creature a lot. I'm rooting for that thing to win the whole show.
Well, that's what I said. Visually, I think it's really good. I think the story is could be way stronger. And honestly, if you did not use the xenomorph tagline as like the basis, I think it would have been more interesting to me.
Well, it definitely
I
feels like the
just, I,
xenomorph is not the main attraction.
no, and that's if you're using alien, in that title, the alien should be the main attraction.
Well, it's aliens with a dollar sign.
Well, yeah, well, exactly, the dollar sign. Using the IP to try to make money off of it with not having a coherent actual xenomorph story.
But yeah, I think it's fine. I don't hate it. The music choices are
Interesting.
I think they're interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Godsmack, but
I always say some of it isn't. Yeah, it's you want to look at it like, oh, really, was that the best choice
it goes with the
you
90s
went
music
with?
theme, I guess, but
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
cool,
I'm kind of
whatever.
yeah. I'm not like lambasting this as horrible. We'll get to another series and I'll do that too. But
Sure.
it's not top tier on my list. Let's put it that way. I'll watch it and I'm interested to see where it goes, but it has a ton of flaws in my opinion that are
It could elevate itself. I think it could.
yeah.
We will see where it goes. Right now, I don't have like any huge. I don't hate it by any means, and
No,
but I'm also not like really looking forward to every episode. But I am
right.
like I said, like interestedly enough, like checking it out. So, you know, we'll see.
I just think this series has a lot of self-induced errors that it couldn't be way better of a series. I mean, because like I said, the visuals are amazing. Honestly,
They're pretty good, yeah.
for that level of a show, figure on TV kind of show, it
Sure.
it it, it should be a lot more intriguing. It just like I said, it seems like it's just self-forced errors.
Well, and you're talking about the visuals. We finally watched the second episode of Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
There's so much bad CG. It stands out like a sore thumb to me, and I have a really hard time not staring at like like I said, we watched the second episode, and I don't know if you've
Right.
seen it, but
Mm-mm.
Like the castle looks like shit. There's a scene when there's like a bit of a Silence of the Lambs thing going on, and you see the other guy's face, and it's very realistic and porous, and it's really
Right.
his face. But then you see like Jenna Ortega's face, and it's so touched up. Her nose, like the bridge of her nose, is like just a blur around her face. Like they're just trying to de-age her, I think, and it just looks.
It's like, why? I
I don't
mean,
know.
at this point, it's everybody knows what she looks like, and
Yeah, I don't know. But
I just,
I don't know. I also that's we're more watching it for Zora. It's her thing.
right, right,
I don't. There are some things that make me laugh, and it can be clever sometimes, but it's not exact. It's like a family show for us. So
right.
whatever. I can't be that mad at it. But there's just a couple times when I'm like, "Ugh." There's a scene when like Thing gets thrown at a tree, and they CG the entire thing. Like it's a hand flying into a tree and then falling down.
It's
Like
like,
for
why
comedy,
couldn't that have just been
it
practical?
would have been so
Throw a
funny.
freaking hand,
It would have been so funny to see like a fake hand just go and fall down and
right.
just lay there. But instead, it's like pretty bad CG. It would have been hilarious to just see like a fake hand fall
Well,
down.
yeah. Well, and the thing is I think that speaks to like current state of some filmmaking. It's
Hmm,
like, why this overuse of CGI when practical could be one, so much cheaper,
for sure.
and so much better looking. That's the other night when we were talking and that I'm just like, I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Watch something that's has a great use of CGI and it looks amazing. It's like, how have we fallen so far in 20 years and not advanced it more?
yeah. Well, I don't know if that decision is made. Hey, we didn't actually get that shot. Can we just CG that whole thing? Like, I don't know I don't know why. Or it's like we're using so much CG like to keep it consistent. Do we do that? I don't know. But when I think of Burton, I think of his like Beetlejuice and stuff, and the only you don't really get CG, but you get claymation, and that's fine. Like that's part of the charm, I think.
Right, right,
So when Burton got his hands on CG, I think that's a big thumbs down. So anyway, I don't have a lot to say about either one of those things.
right.
As far as what I'm reading, I just picked this up. I didn't realize that Marvel was doing these. If you'll
Oh,
notice,
the compilations.
if you'll notice the size of it, yeah, it's not
Yeah,
exactly a full size comic,
no,
but it's actually bigger. So DC was doing these last year. They last year or the year before they started with these, and you can get like smaller form factor, complete
right.
versions of certain stories. Well,
Yeah, I think
Marvel
DC's been doing it for a couple years
DC's been
now.
doing it for a little while. Well, I don't think Marvel has until recently. And these are actually, I checked at the comic shop. These are actually larger than the DC ones. Of course they are.
Right,
They cost $5 more, but the size is maybe more perfect. I
right,
think. Um, and yeah, I mean it's Daredevil Born Again, the complete story, with even some extra stuff in the back, like a script and all kinds of like concept drawings and scribblings
right.
and all kinds of stuff. The art obviously looks fantastic.
Yeah,
It looks great.
yeah,
There were some really good ones, and I like that they're doing this with these. Like these are like, hey, here's your base characters. Here's the characters that everyone wants to read about, and here's a really good way in. Like we're giving you their most basic important stories.
right,
There's a Captain America one. There's a Black Panther one. There's a bunch of them. I'm stoked to have this, and I'm looking forward to because like I've read some of these, but I haven't read this
right.
in its entirety,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm so stoked to be able to do. And it was $15.
yeah,
Give me that.
yeah. That's one of his better, one of probably in top three
It's like
runs.
it's like a defining story for Daredevil for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
So for sure, I
yeah.
mean, if people are interested in some of the classic Marvel and you haven't had a chance, here's your chance, man.
Well, and you know what? I mean, if you look at it, those are selling better than current runs right now.
Are they?
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
yeah. I've kind of looked it up because I haven't been buying recently because a lot of the stories I'm just like, eh. kind of meh with. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so getting a kind of a complete the collection of a storyline that I didn't get fully,
Yeah.
that's the easiest way to do it
It's
with some of
great.
these.
Absolutely.
So,
Fits in your backpack. Good to go.
yep,
I love
yep.
that for sure.
So,
So that's
and
pretty cool.
I told you I was gonna tell you last week, and I gotta run them over today. I went through my whole auction stash,
Hmm.
and yeah, I've got some good ones in there, but I've got some extras and repeats, and there's some random, and then I've got some consecutive ones to give you.
Oh,
So,
hell yeah. Cool. That is awesome. That is
and I
awesome.
got one that I'll surprise you with that you'll probably really like.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
And
I did also. Oh,
it
go ahead.
was an only one that I had, but I know you'll appreciate this one more.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay.
So,
I did read. I'm caught up on Absolute Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman right now. The Batman is
yeah.
the most intriguing to me right now. Some major things happen, and I don't want to spoil it because it is an ongoing series, but some major things have happened, and I can see this being something that people either love or hate. Um, you're witnessing the creation of some of the classic villains, but the stories are different. If you've read any of that line, you know that a lot of those characters started off as his best friends. And so we're seeing something happening, also a major thing happening to Bruce uh, regarding Bane, but it's not what you think.
No.
It's pretty wild. The Bane issue was a standout for sure. So anyway, definitely
I know
still.
this is like the alternate universe, but I wish they would have toned down Bane slightly.
Oh, like his
I
visual.
mean, yeah,
He's
for
a
the fact that
freak.
he's like 12 foot tall,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
looks like, I'm like, come on,
I
you
like it.
know, be like, the big show kind of guy, almost 8 foot, something like that, but not this. I mean, and I know in this Bruce is massive.
That's how they. That's why they did this to
But
themselves. I
I
think
mean, to
because
be
Bruce is already
twice as
huge.
tall, I mean, to be twice as tall is
He is huge. Yeah, he's
completely
definitely huge.
inhuman-ish. But Bane has never been that kind of inhuman kind of character.
Well, they give you his origin story, and it's a little different. It's
Yeah,
somewhere in between the original origin story and the honestly the Dark Knight Rises origin story.
right,
But
right.
I like it's really good actually. It feels for some reason it feels more authentic to Bane than even than the Dark Knight Rises one. So I don't know. I like it.
And then can we talk about the design of Catwoman?
You can. I think it's fine.
That
I
is
like the
the
helmet.
fucking horrible. God, that's a horrible design. It looks like she's got a fucking fishbowl on her head.
Yeah, and the cat ears on that.
Yeah.
It fits in the visual of the comic in general. There's already been a lot of masks like that, and they're kind of all are similar. It just follows the
Which I think are
whatever.
all, yeah, terrible. You
Okay,
know,
that's fine.
it's like everybody wants to be Mysterio now. Come on.
I mean, don't you? I do. A
No.
failed magician.
With a fishbowl on their head. Yeah.
He's awesome. Shut up.
I
Mysterio's cool.
didn't say the character wasn't, but yeah, that fishbowl thing should be left to Mysterio. Everybody else gets something different because it
Okay.
looks fucking dumb.
All right. All right. Anything else for you? Movies, shows, comics, whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna get into this. I've begrudgingly sat through Peacemaker. The first season I thought was fine. I mean, it was a lot of like old school James Gunnisms in it. This second season is fucking horrendous.
Well, just so people know, I
Uh,
haven't seen any
Okay, I know,
episodes. I
I know
haven't
you
seen any
haven't
of it.
seen it. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen even the
One,
first season. So just so we know.
for him saying this is integral continuing the Superman movie, which the Superman movie was very, shall we say, family friendly more.
Yeah.
This you don't, even though it's R, I understand that, but there's levels to R. When you have basically an orgy and,
Thumbs up so far. Yes.
well, and, I ain't even like, cock sucking and all this kind of stuff in it.
Oh, you mean like verb? Like that's a term they're using?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay, cool. All right. So far I have not heard any negatives.
Well, yeah, seek help. But just like, and then what they're setting up the story to go for is so predictable and so divisive. And, the action is like beyond minimal. I kind of liked Peacemaker. I've never been a huge Peacemaker fan. I kind of liked him in the Suicide Squad, but I wasn't huge. Like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of the first season, but it was okay. Now it's
Is it
if
is it
this is
kind of
where
going for the
James
boys'
Gunn
money? Is it kind of is that what it is? It's like kind of like doing the boys thing?
it's almost like he's trying to one up every crude thing in the boys, but playing that this is integral to the Superman story. So you're gonna get people that are not expecting this kind of shit that went from the Superman, not really knowing Peacemaker from the first season, and then coming to this going, oh, okay, I need to learn this about with after I've watched Superman. And then you come into this stuff.
I'm not worried about those people.
Well, but if you're trying to bring more people to the DC universe, the cinematic DC universe, sorry, it's if this is the direction that James Gunn's going with it, I have doubts now.
Okay,
I honestly have doubts now the way this is going.
that's fair. That is fair.
I get Gunn's like proclivity to wanting to promote smaller characters. But when you're in charge of the DC universe and restarting this whole thing, you have to like build a strong foundation with the big three. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. That's the way DC's always been set up, and I have concerns.
I gotcha. I mean, I've heard of the Justice Gang, but the Justice Gangbang. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous. I don't know. You maybe convinced me to watch it. I don't
I,
know. If I find myself with nothing to see, I might check in on Peacemaker.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
well, fair enough. I want to hear what people have to say about it in that Discord. Let's go. If
Yeah.
anybody else is
Yeah,
watching
go
it,
ahead. That's fine.
give us your ideas and thoughts about Peacemaker. All right. Anything else? Any closing thoughts
I
on
not
Peacemaker?
really. I mean, that's I do have, I saw kind of a, shall we say, B-level movie.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like the B movie.
The B movie. Well, no, not the B movie. This is a kind of Hawk the Slayer-esque
Okay, now you're talking. Now you're really talking.
movie. The most popular actor in this is Billy Boyd,
Oh, I thought you
from,
said popular.
yeah. Well, I said the most popular in this movie is, so we're
I got it. I
we're
get what you mean.
curtailing down to a certain level here.
Sure. All right, here we are.
You see, this is what happens when people don't pay their taxes.
Tax collectors, mother.
Hey? Okay. Tomorrow, this stall will reopen under the supervision of the Sheriff of Flores.
Hold on. Was that thing breathing? Or is the
No,
camera moving?
it was the camera
Is there a
was
creature
moving.
in this?
Open under the supervision of the Sheriff of Flores.
I've been looking everywhere for you.
What's wrong?
The city's gone mad.
Who's been hurt?
This is a baker's kiss.
This is a donkey's kiss.
Okay.
Back to the Alps.
It's dangerous. I've read the scrolls. They slaughtered.
I know. You're right. Elves are.
Hold on. Hold on. So this is a fantasy world.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're talking about taxes, and then I see a guy with a
Yeah.
pointy ear, and I have
Right.
to wonder.
Well, that's
Okay.
what I kind
I
of,
was thinking like Robin Hood or something, but
oh,
now
no. I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of playing that story in it, but yes, it's a fantasy world
okay.
with, yeah.
Elves are dangerous.
You steal from us, and then offer us a token in return to not just forgive, but further help you.
Can elves be trusted?
We're nothing more than a rumor to humans these days, so I hear. Keeping it that way.
The costumes look a little cheap. I mean, whatever. Like you said, it's like Hog the Slayer.
Yeah.
It's the only way we keep things as they are.
It just looks like craft felt
Yeah.
in leaf shape.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks
That's what
like.
I said.
Find him here, they'll kill him.
Hence the B movie tagline again.
Yep.
To people who follow.
Hold on.
Look what you bring.
It almost looked like one of those microphones around. Anyway.
To people who follow you.
Oh, it's hair.
Yeah.
Debts must be paid.
Yeah.
Murder. Mayhem.
Oh my god.
Death. Look at the blood you spill in our city. Well, this stops today!
Oh, a fiery delivery for Billy Boyd. Lord of the Rings, it ain't.
No. Yeah. And believe me, I never claimed it to be.
No, you didn't. No, you did not. But okay, you watched it. Was it fun though?
It was fun. I mean, it's over the top. It's goofy, lots of blood packs, some kind of corny dialogue at times, but for the most part, it was a fun movie. Just something to go in, eat some popcorn, watch a movie, get a couple good one-liners in it,
Was this
you
theatrical?
know. No,
Oh, okay.
I
I
don't
was gonna
think
say.
so. Yeah, no.
I would have been
This
surprised.
was straight to digital. So
For me, a movie like this, I think I've probably said this like a million times, but I think you could improve it by making it look older. Like
Mhm.
I would make it look like it's on film and like more 80s
Yeah,
looking. But
right,
instead, like we have this crispy high def and like you can see how shitty the CG is and all that stuff and the costume's
right.
not amazing.
No,
Like
yeah,
give it a little bit of atmosphere just by making the film like look like it's shot on
right.
film. I think that would go a long way. You
Yeah,
kind of put it closer to the things that you're inspired by, like Hawk the Slayer and
right.
whatever, all those. So,
Well, and I will say, like the close-up sets, at least they made them look decent. It wasn't like you. Yes, the faraway shots were very, digital Photoshop looking, kind of not the greatest.
sure.
But like, the in-person kind of close-up sets were decent. You can tell they actually like made an effort for that part of it,
Hmm.
even if they didn't make an effort, in a lot of other.
That's fair.
But I mean, overall, it was fun. Is it Lord of the Rings? Absolutely fucking not.
Well, listen, I mean,
But
I watched Warlock
but it's not the
3.
worst thing that I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Yeah. Well, I watched Warlock 3 this week, so
Yeah,
I can't say shit.
right,
I cannot say shit. That movie was shit.
right,
Uh, Best thing about it was it has Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser, who I love.
right.
But yeah, not a good movie, and it sucks because the Warlock 1 and 2 are
Right.
awesome. I
Yeah.
think Warlock 2 is awesome,
Yeah.
but no, this was a disappointment for sure.
Right.
All right, well, anything else before we get into the?
No, not really.
Okay, cool.
Go for it.
All right, well, we probably the main event today is Conjuring 4. Is it 4? Must be
Is it
Conjuring
four?
4. Yeah, The Last Rites.
Okay.
Did you see it?
I have not.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and spoil it. So,
Sure, sure. Well, there's some ghosts in it.
well, yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you that there are ghosts in this film. Um, well, you know, it is following the Warrens, the fictional Warrens.
Yes, the very
Um,
fictional
and
ones.
at this point it's so far away from the reality of anything, and and there is some question about them anyway, and whatever in reality.
Right.
But these are movie characters, so it does not matter.
Yes.
It's fine. I I'll just get started by saying I had a terrible theater experience. And I mean terrible
Really.
when seeing this. Yeah. Um, took my family to see it. Uh, I was kind of not feeling well to begin with.
Right.
And then, so a little ways into the movie, maybe a third into the movie. Well, first of all, some other people that were sitting behind us had been talking loudly the whole time.
Right.
I couldn't believe no one said anything, but they were talking loudly, making so much noise, moving around. And I understand, like, it's a horror film, so there's going to be some big jumps and stuff, and people are going to yell. I understand that. That's one thing. Like when something scary appears on the screen and someone goes, "Oh hell no," like that's fine, and
Right.
I encourage you to do that. That's no problem. But there's a difference between that and just like having a conversation.
Right.
And they were having a full on conversation, and they were just really disruptive. And at a certain point, there was a big scare, and I like popcorn landed on me, and I was like, "Oh, ha, it's funny." They threw their popcorn. This is fine. This is done not bothering me nearly as much as the talking. But then candy and popcorn continues to land on us. There is no one in the rows, maybe 4 or 5 rows behind us in between. So they're actively throwing food at us. Why? I don't know. Um, it happened for a little bit, and I was just like, at first I kind of laughed, but then like, stuff is hitting my kid and my wife, and I'm like, what? Why is this continuing to happen? And they keep throwing candy and popcorn at us. It goes on for like 10, 15 minutes, and then finally, I was I was already dealing with some like anxiety, I'll just tell you, just personally, and this was making me go crazy.
Mhm.
I was furious. And I turned around and looked right at him. And my wife like grabbed my arm and she's like, "Don't do anything, don't do anything." And I was just like, stern dad voice, "Can it stop now, please?" And there was a hush. And it did stop. But the damage was done. I was so mad.
Yeah.
And I was just like sitting there raging. And I couldn't sit still. And I was just like, my blood was pumping. And I was just like,
Mhm.
just, God damn, I'm just trying to watch a movie. So that didn't help. Uh, but
Right.
also, I will say that the movie has some ideological things that made me mad. And it was really hard to get over. I'll say
Hmm.
that. Um, Pretty personal stuff, but it's not the whatever. It made me really, really mad, and so I was already mad to begin with, and then all that stuff
Hmm.
happens. In the middle, in between, the movie is fine. It's better than the last one. It's it's okay, but I had such a bad experience in the theater. It just like it really bummed me out, and it really hurt the movie, I'm sure. But it does feel a little bit weak. I mean, certainly compared to Conjuring 1 and 2. And you
Yeah.
know what you're in for. It's it's the the Warrens fighting ghosts.
Yeah.
But I have said it before and I'll say it again. I like these characters. I
Right.
like these movies. There is something about the haunted house genre that is like a cozy choice for me. I've always kind of reached for those when there's nothing else
Hmm.
to watch. I'll watch an Amityville any day. I like
Right.
those. You know, Poltergeist is a personal favorite. There's just so many of these haunted house movies they're just fun for me.
Yeah.
And so it was a bit of a bummer. It was more than a bit of a bummer. It was definitely a
Right.
bummer when the last thing I'd seen in the theater was Weapons that like was so fun.
Right.
It was such a good movie.
Hmm.
And to go down to this and have that experience, it really sucked.
Well, you handled it better than I would have, because I probably would have had one by the throat
Mm.
after the second throw.
Yeah.
And was it a bunch of kids? Or
They seemed
was
like
it?
they seemed like teenagers, yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
when we left, they left so much shit in their seats,
Right.
candy, popcorn. They wasted, and I feel like an old man getting mad about this, but they wasted so much money. They wasted so much of our time. I don't know what they could possibly be getting out of this other than like, oh, we made that guy mad. Great. You made me
Yeah.
mad and you wasted a
Yeah.
ton of money. I hope you had a good time. If you're listening, God damn it. Stop.
Fuck off.
Please. So
Yeah.
I don't want to be a major
Stop before
downer.
you actually come across somebody more like me than you that will go up there and
My next step was to just get, obviously talk to management, but like the whole point is like it's so disruptive. Me yelling was disruptive. I didn't want to have to do that.
right,
I'm just trying to watch the damn movie.
right.
Just shut the fuck up. So yeah, and if you have to get up and talk to management, it's like it's so annoying and like you've just ruined the experience for everyone. So don't do that stuff, kids. Yeah, I feel like a million years old complaining about that, but yeah,
Welcome
we
to the
everyone paid
fold.
everyone paid money for this. Come on.
Welcome to the fold.
Yeah, shitheads. So, but in general, the movie, there are a couple really good scares. There's
Mm,
there's there are three sort of entities that appear in the movie. It's very muddled by the end. The idea is, and obviously spoilers, the idea is that there are three regular ghosts, human spirits, and
right.
then but they're being puppeted and manipulated by this demonic entity that the Warrens have history with.
Mm,
And I like the way the movie looks. It takes place in the 80s. It's got a good, you know, realistic 80s feel.
right,
It's not doing the Stranger Things like shiny version of the 80s. It is like
right,
it's pretty well. It feels like what I remember,
right,
what little that is, but it feels right. And the thing is, within the story, we're dealing with Ed and Lorraine, particularly Ed, and they're aging and they have health problems,
right.
and their daughter's having some personal things going on. But then there's also the whole, hey, this family's being tormented by these ghouls. And I think we probably should have spent more time with the family. Like, I think a lot of the Ed and Lorraine stuff, like, I understand why we did this. And I had the same issue with Insidious, the last Insidious movie. It goes overboard trying to put in the human family stuff. And I get that. I get why it's there. Otherwise, it would just be another haunted house carnival ride.
Right.
But I think maybe the balance was tipped a little too far into Ed and Lorraine, uh, whatever that is. So, and again, there was a certain element to the story that personally I had a big problem with. Um, that was working against it, and I had such a bad theater experience. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking. And look,
Hmm.
it's not a badly made movie. It looks good.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of complaints about that. Um, I just, disagreed with the movie, and I also had a bad time watching it. So, you know, maybe don't take my word for it. If you're a Conjuring fan, you should still see it. It's maybe the last one, maybe not. Who knows? There can always be more Annabelle. There can always be more
Right.
whatever. And it does, things are still open for more, but it does also end in a pretty final way. So who knows? But yeah, I think I would give it check it out if you're a Conjuring fan.
Right.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, and let's just talk in general. I mean, is like the whole haunted house genre of horror like underutilized? I think it is. I mean, I know we got a large section of it there, especially like the 80s and the early 90s, but it seems like we've
If
kind of shifted somewhat away
it's
from something like that.
it's not your main horror anymore. I mean, the main horror now is like, I mean, are
Psychological.
we still in the elevated horror phase? Like maybe are those the biggest horror movies? Your Jordan Peele's and your obviously Robert Eggers stuff, your Ari Aster's. Those are the big. All right, are those are the
Right.
big names in horror right now?
I mean,
I think so.
yeah.
But the stuff that I tend to love is the more indie stuff. Like last year was that movie with the what was the thing? What was it called? Oddity.
Oh
Oddity
yeah,
was
that
really
was a
good.
great one.
There was a
I
couple
actually
things last year.
rewatched that again.
In a Violent Nature. I mean, just
Right.
these more indie things. Obviously, Late Night with the Devil. So horror is
Mm,
working. But I think maybe what you're saying is like haunted house as a genre isn't quite, it's not at the forefront. And I think
right.
that's for sure. They did one last year that I didn't actually see. What was that called? It was not Entity. What was that movie called? Where it's from the ghost point of view?
Oh shoot.
What was that called? I cannot remember.
Uh, no, it was. I don't think it was Entity. I know what you're talking about. And God, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm looking up because it's one that people should watch.
Presence.
Presence, yes.
It's a Soderbergh movie.
Right. That's
I
one people should watch.
so
I
you
mean,
saw
that's
that?
yes.
Okay. I haven't.
It's a very, and I don't know if I would classify it per se as a horror.
That's one thing that kept me away from it because everything I read was like, oh, it's so dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, this is more the others sort of,
Okay.
if I want to kind of have any kind of comparison to.
Okay. But yeah, like when I'm thinking haunted house movies, I mean, obviously there's, like I said, Poltergeist, Amityville. I love Amityville 3, the 3D one.
Well, I mean, even going back in a little more campy, like House,
House is so good.
you know,
And House the second story.
right,
House
second
2.
story, and then even goofy, something goofy like oh God, we watched it and did a whole thing on it. Um, almost the first person. The dude in the who is the streamer? Why am I
Oh, Deadstream.
Deadstream?
100%. This is what I'm
You know,
saying. I love those. Those are great.
yeah,
So, those things are happening, but like what's the high profile? I mean, really it's the ones that are doing it are Insidious and Conjuring.
right.
Those are the current, really the only franchises. I mean, I should say within those universes because you also get your Annabelles and things like that.
Well, and then I mean, yes, we've gotten like Haunted at Hill House, and but I don't know if I would even
That's
classify
again, it's
those.
more drama than,
Right, right,
and I think those have their place. And I know some people that's their favorite thing. I know a
right,
couple people who those Flanagan things, that's their jam,
right,
and I understand that. For me, I think it gets a little too heavy. I want to have more campy fun.
right.
Um, I want to see weird. I want to see weirder things.
Yeah,
But I understand the people that like the Flanagan stuff, and I thought the is it Bly Manor and Hill House and all that
right,
stuff, like those are
right.
fine. Those have their place. I like them. But even, I mean, I'm talking about Crimson Peak. Oh,
Yeah,
Crimson Peak, man. If you want to watch a good, I mean, and I love The Changeling. There's just so
yes,
many haunted
yes,
house movies they're there for me.
right.
I like them.
Yeah, I mean, even like delving back into some of the classics. Yes,
Uninvited.
Uninvited. That
Uninvited
is
is a
an
major classic.
amazing movie.
Yeah.
Like, and then getting in some of the horror classics and making them like, I don't want to say good because more, and I don't want to say modern either, but bringing them to the forefront and adding a little more horror, like, we're getting the Frankenstein series soon.
It's a
And
show.
that's,
It's a
yeah,
movie.
or well, yeah, not series, but Netflix. So mental lapse there on that. But no, I mean that's honestly the most like anticipated thing for me
Is
this year.
Frankenstein?
Frankenstein, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, because that's the one thing you can say with Guillermo del Toro when he's fully in charge. One, it's usually like a great story and visually is
It's
stunning.
going to be a feast.
It's, oh, and I just read today that whether it gets made or not, Del Toro is working on a third and final Hellboy.
I would be really surprised if that actually happens. I don't.
He wants it to happen.
Yeah, they've been saying it for a
Right.
long
But
time.
he's actually physically writing it.
I mean, I was under the impression it was written. I was under the
Mm-mm.
impression it was ready.
No,
They couldn't get the fundage. The
not yet, not
fundage.
yet. He's working, shall we say reworking, let's put it that way.
Huh. Yeah, I don't really believe that for a second, to be
Mm,
honest. I would love it to happen. I like the Hellboy movies, but
I don't know.
Hellboy is one of my favorites as far as the comics go. So, sure, I would support it. We've had some
Right,
not so good other Hellboy movies.
right.
Um, and there's a game, recently a game, Web of Word. I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest. I don't think it's pronounced weird for some reason, but it's like WYRD.
Yeah,
I heard it was really good, but I just haven't picked it up. Lance Reddick played Hellboy, which is a cool choice. It was like
right.
one of his last roles. So maybe I should check that out. Hmm.
We'll see.
All right.
But
Well,
no, I think there's a lot of stuff. I like some of the like high concept horror, that we've gotten,
yeah,
but I want some of the classics. I want some, more haunted house stuff. Just
a
having
simple,
that simple, doesn't have to have some big, you know, socio message in it. I want I want a horror movie. And not
girl on the third
necessarily
floor. Have you seen that one?
it's been a long time, but yeah, and not even necessarily something that's a gore fest either. I mean, they
They
have
don't have
those
to be.
their places. No, I'm saying those movies have their places. Terrifier 3 just came out on streaming. I watched it. It's fun for that kind of genre, but
Sure.
I want the good horror movie, and
Well, and then
good
Flanagan
is
is doing
is
Exorcist.
relative.
I think Flanagan might be a cool choice. Like I would be interested to
Right,
see what he can do.
right.
My feelings on Doctor Sleep have kind of gone. I don't know. I think I really don't like Doctor Sleep very much. So that's sad. Uh,
I
but I
I
think he
like
could
it.
do. He's capable
Yeah,
of Exorcist, and I think he's capable of delivering that.
I like Doctor Sleep, but I'm moving it less and less into the whole horror.
It feels more like a fantasy.
I mean, it's like a suspense kind of almost sci-fi.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because you've got these people with powers, and
I mean,
even in
it's standard
sci-fi,
Stephen King
people,
stuff.
right. So yeah, and then it's like even Stephen King's got that new movie coming out, The Long Walk.
I think that just came out.
I have no real desire to even
Not me neither.
see that. So
I'm not a
I
big
think
King guy, to be quite honest
I
with you.
think from his early stuff, I think King has lost his fastball a long time ago.
I like Salem's Lot quite a bit.
Well, that's an
Uh,
old classic.
I like The
Sh
Shining
sh
movie.
Old classic. Yeah,
Like,
The Shining, the
yeah,
book is,
eh, whatever. Stephen
yeah.
King's never been my absolute favorite, but
No.
I mean, I would say I thumbs up. Like I like him, but yeah. Anyway,
Maximum Overdrive.
it's a fun movie to watch.
Yeah. I would, reading the book and the movie are vastly different,
Yes,
and
that's
the
totally
movie
true.
is way more fun.
I can agree. Definitely. All right. Well, the spooky season is right around the corner.
Yes,
Um, I don't know about plans for that season yet. We'll talk off air.
yes.
But yeah, I don't have anything else for this episode. Do you have anything?
No, not really. There hasn't been a ton of stuff out,
We have been in a
unfortunately.
dry spell,
So
unfortunately. Yeah.
yeah, it's been a very dry spell. So, sorry we've had some delays. We've had some stuff working on and going back and forth with and trying to do some stuff for you guys. But anything you want to know, we're in the Discord all the time.
Get in
Get
there.
in there and, if you guys have ideas or comments, throw them in there and let us know.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you soon.
Hasta la vista.
Bye.